every decade, they've moved closer and closer to Russia, NATO has. And the Crimea and everything else is a response to NATO.
Russia. NATO encroaching on them.
They are an independent country who believes, and I'm not pro-Russia at all.
Really?
But
it doesn't sound like that.
Don't give me that, really.
Don't give me that.
Don't give me that. You know,
Judge Jeanine, she just did give you that. You sound like an apologist for Putin.
You know what? The truth is they stand for this, and they don't want NATO any closer. And it's been decades that that's been agreed to. And for
invaded
decades,
a sovereign nation and
do you remember 3 years ago?
They've stolen their children.
Okay, 3 years ago.
1 second, Jessica. No.
3 years ago, I sat here and I said the Russian-Ukrainian thing is like a family fight across the street. We don't want to go over there and get in between a family fight.
Leave it to Greg Gutfeld to reduce the battle between Russian tyranny and European freedom to a family fight across the street. Keep in mind that Russia wants all of Ukraine, and Donald Trump keeps denigrating Ukraine's leader Zelensky and has never criticized Russia's Putin, even though Vladimir Putin started the war by invading Ukraine. Now, Trump is carrying Putin's water in possible negotiations, and that was Tarlov's point about the Trump peace deal.
Do you think that it's important to consider the fact that this quote unquote peace deal that he's offering means that Zelensky essentially cedes his country to Russia? And no one has explained what the sudden change in the last couple of weeks and the way that Donald Trump is talking about Ukraine and Zelensky is spurred by. He didn't used to call Zelensky a dictator. He didn't used to say that his people hated him. He didn't used to say he had a 4% approval rating. These are all things that Putin wants to hear. And you know that because his own spokesman, Peskov, said as much, said the rapidly changing U.S. foreign policy configurations largely coincides with our vision. Dmitry Medvedev, the insolent pig about Zelensky, finally got a proper slapdown in the Oval Office. Trump is right. The Kyiv regime is gambling with World War III. So if you are satisfying someone that we all agree is a dictator and authoritarian to that level, don't you think maybe the methods aren't that great?